Alright, what's up? Second video, second day, right after the last one. So again, reading this book. Something I just found interesting was I was reading, what chapter was it? Chapter 3? Basically it's talking about how habits are made, how to build better habits, how to eliminate, well, how to reverse habit yourself out of a bad habit, I guess. And what I didn't realize was it was something that I was already doing, like, everyone has habits, but in getting rid of bad habits, I didn't realize I was already using this framework. So the framework that he uses is to make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, and make it unsatisfying. So those are what he calls the inversions of the 4 laws of habit. And so making it invisible is basically the whole mentality of out of sight, out of mind. Something that you don't regularly see won't really be a thought. It's not going to be easy for you to think about it if you can't physically see it somewhere. The next one is making it unattractive, and that's associating some kind of negative behavior with it. So that would be like if you oversleep a lot and it leads to you, that's a bad example. I'm just going to use a personal example then. Smoking. I would think that I had a lot of willpower, but quitting is something that is really easy to say you're going to do, but in practice it's a lot harder. So for me, it was just not having it in my line of sight at all times, where normally I keep it on my person, but just the act of leaving it somewhere where I couldn't have access to it regularly, like for a week at least at a time, really helped with that, making it undesirable. That was associating the feelings of laziness, spending money on it, because it does get expensive really quickly, especially the more you smoke, the faster you smoke, the more you have to spend money to keep it up, right? And making it difficult. So I basically would tell myself, like, okay, you're gonna use this time to try and quit, but putting myself into other activities made it really hard for me to actively go and seek out smoking. Drowning myself in work and stuff like self-improvement, reading, going back to the gym. It made it really hard for me to want to go back, just because I was so busy doing other things and I was so tired that by the time I was done with all these things, and I would tell myself, okay, now it's okay for you to smoke because you're done with your day. You're just doing nothing. Like, there's nothing to prevent you from enjoying this time. Like, you can use it as relaxation time. But what I found was that by the time I got to that point in my day, I didn't really want to anymore. It was just, I'm so tired, I'm going to sleep. I finished everything. That's good enough for me. I don't really feel like doing it. And the 4th law is to make it unsatisfying. And once I kind of started feeling different, I wasn't feeling any symptoms of withdrawal thanks to the first 3 steps. Drowning myself in other activities really helped with the withdrawal aspect, because my brain just never had time to stop and think about it. It was always preoccupied with something else. But now I associate it with that feeling of, all right, well, I have to go through some kind of physical pain, whether it's minuscule because I've been doing it for so long, or really great because I haven't done it in a while. Either way, the prospect seemed kind of bad. What did I get out of it? I got, I guess, relaxation. Stuff was kind of funnier. I'm not really sure food tastes any better after a certain point. And all of those things I was already doing when I was tired, I would relax just in different ways. I would just go lay down, maybe watch a YouTube video, not the healthiest thing to replace a bad habit with, or I would just do nothing. I'd just sit there, maybe play a video game. But even that has recently become a little bit of a unimportant part of my life. And so I just thought it was interesting and thought I would share. So yeah, 3 weeks sober today. Haven't really thought about it on my own. And even when people present it to me, like, hey, do you want to? And I've been given the same response where I'm telling them, yeah, I mean, I want to, but at the same time, not really. Like, I don't feel the need to. Like, even as it's presented to me, free, all of the negative things that I've taken out of it to get to this point. Now, when it's presented itself, I don't reach for it anymore. It's something that I can just think about and rationally decide. As much as I would like to, I'm not gonna get anything out of it. Like, might laugh a lot, but I'm funny enough that I laugh a lot anyway. What difference does it make that I'm high or sober? I'm gonna be making jokes, I'm gonna be laughing, but at least when I'm sober, I'm not gonna be slow. I'm not gonna be lethargic. I'm not gonna be just dozing out for hours on end, just eating junk food and doing nothing with my life. So, yeah, I guess that's the second video. Probably a little bit more substance to this one. I will change eventually the content of these videos to not be revolving around this book, but until I figure out what I want to make YouTube videos on, it's just going to be kind of going through like my experiences, I guess, just my personal life. Maybe this will help someone. Who knows?